What is up, everybody? My name is Dr. Mongoose, bringing you your recommended dosage of all things MLG, Halo, and gameplay-wise. And today I have for you the first episode of a new series I like to call Yay or Nay, and it'll be me just breaking down my personal opinions on some of the features in Halo 4, possibly gaming in general, if the series turns out to be popular and, people want to see more of it. But for now, I'll just be focusing on Halo, which is my main area of expertise. Now, for those of you who don't know me or are wondering who the hell is this guy, why is he talking to me, and why should I believe him? He's just a jackass. I haven't heard, it's not the first time I've heard it, but to give you just a brief breakdown so you do trust what I'm saying and that I might have some sort of idea about what I'm talking about, I've been playing Halo since Halo 2 back in 2005. I've been a part of the competitive community, whether that be MLG, AGL, or any sort of competitive gaming since around mid-2006 onward. I have played every Halo game, including Halo CE, though unfortunately I was not around in its heyday and didn't get to play it all that much. So my main knowledge base comes from playing a lot of Halo 2, Halo 3, Halo Reach, and thusly Halo 4, which I've been playing non-stop since it came out. So I do have some idea as to what I'm talking about, and while this is not any professional opinion of any such sort, I do have some knowledge, and I am also open to, people talking about, I am also open to people, bringing you new ideas, or when someone says, actually, hey, you're wrong, or, I think that this works a little bit differently. I'm always open to those, those new ideas and people, telling me things, and I always love new information. So by no means is what I'm saying on this show and the future episodes the end-all be-all when it comes to Halo knowledge or information. This is again just my personal opinion. If you disagree, leave it in the comments, tell me why. If you agree, obviously, tell me why. Or if you have some brand new idea that no one's really thought about or doesn't really get much light of day, share it. It's always good to have the free flow of information, because when we have that, things get better. So for this first episode, I'll be focusing on one of the big changes that has come to Halo 4 in instant respawn. Now, there are a lot of pros and cons to both sides of instant respawn, so I'll talk about both of them. Starting with the pro side, the pros of instant respawn have been seen in a lot of games, most notably the Call of Duty series. Now, I don't want this, the comment section or, these videos to turn into Call of Duty versus Halo, but it is a good example of how instant respawn does work. It's been around since, I'm pretty sure, the first Call of Duty game. I played a little bit of that on the PC, and most of my knowledge comes from, I think, COD 4, so correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it's been around the entire time. But the instant respawn system in COD 4 works very well, and it does what it is supposed to do. It does speed up gameplay. People don't feel like they're out of the fight as often, and it does help with the pacing of the game. Instant respawn also helps lower the barrier of entry for people who are coming into a game. If they don't totally understand the mechanics or everything that's happening, they can learn quickly and not have to be waiting a 5-second, 10-second downtime when it comes to the game they're trying to learn. So it does have a lot of appeal to a more casual audience for gamers. Now, those are the pro sides of it, and like I said, it works in some regards. However, the con side of it really just relates to Halo as a series, but mostly Halo 4. Instant respawn doesn't work in Halo 4 because instant respawn needs two things to, what I believe, successfully work. Well, there are a lot of things that need to really successfully work, but the main two things is it needs to have one type of gameplay that is based around instant respawn, which means very quick kill times, which is what you see in Call of Duty. 1 bullet, 2 bullet, 3 bullet kill times. It's not a slow game. It's it's definitely a twitch shooter, so there's a different sort of skill set going into it versus Halo 4, but it's a very, very fast-paced game. And another thing it needs is a spawn system based around instant respawn, which means that Call of Duty, for example, is built from the ground up around the fact that in every game outside of Search and Destroy, and I believe Capture the Flag, there is instant respawn. So their spawn system is built around the fact that on every map and every game mode and every playlist, you are going to be able to press X to respawn, and that's the way it's going to go. In Halo 4, it doesn't work because Halo 4 1 has slower kill times, and kill times are an entirely different video. But Halo 4 has, much slower kill times in, relation to even previous Halo games, or using even Call of Duty as the example. It has much slower kill times than Call of Duty does. And secondly, the respawn system is not built around instant respawn, mostly because, at least in my opinion, the gameplay doesn't revolve around it. Halo is not a pub shooter, because that's not a fair way to say it, because every game has I think most games have competitive merit, and Call of Duty certainly does have its competitive merit, but it's not a Twitch shooter. It's not a shooter where you can, unless you're incredibly skilled, it's not a shooter where you can just run in and, get 6 kills with, 1 clip, pick up another weapon, turn around and get another 8. There's no really such thing as, that happening in, a Halo match that's, remotely competitive. And a lot of pub matches will get remotely competitive in both Call of Duty and Halo. So having an instant respawn system doesn't really work in Halo 4 because the gameplay doesn't support it. And when the gameplay doesn't support it, your spawn system, which you build your gameplay around, doesn't work it either. I'm sure there are many of you out there that numerous times will kill a guy or get a double kill, and then 2 seconds later you'll be no shields because just had a hard fought battle and you need time and your shields have not yet recharged. You turn a corner on Haven or Solace or Complex or whatever, and those guys have just respawned right next to you. There's nothing you can do. You don't have an ability to, respond to that. In Call of Duty, if you're weak, if you're red screen and everything, if your screen's all fogged up with blood, you can, you're at a disadvantage, certainly, but you're not, completely out of the fight. In Halo, while you're not completely out of the fight at no shields, those players you're going up against have to be very, very bad, or you have to be incredibly skilled to be able to keep consistently winning those fights when you're no shields. And more often than not, it's not going to happen, just because that's how, Halo's, health system, shield system, and, gameplay works. And it's not, a knock on Halo or Call. It's not a Halo versus Call of Duty sort of thing. I'm just trying to break down the fact that it doesn't work. So, going back to the title, for yay or nay, instant respawns get a nay. Now, could instant respawns work in Halo 4? Maybe. I mean, call me, an old hand or what have you. I don't think instant respawn belongs in Halo 4, and I will touch upon that in a different video because it's more based around, how Halo's gameplay works in both, a public and competitive standpoint. But instant respawn gets a nay. Could it work? Yes, but you would need to either completely rework how Halo plays as a game, or you would need to completely rework the spawn system. A reason that it works well in Call of Duty is because, again, like 90% of their playlists play the same way or have the same spawn rules. That means, in Dominion, Domination, Team Deathmatch, what have you, you're always going to have instant respawn. The only two game types that they have to build a new spawn system for is CTF and Search and Destroy, and that's because Search and Destroy, you don't respawn, so there's only one initial spawn, so that's very easy. And CTF, it's based around, obviously your base and what's happening. Otherwise, it's just kind of, tweaking the spawns based on whether or not it's an objective game type or not. Well, guys, leave your opinions. Did you like this first episode? What are your opinions on Insta-Spawn? How do you guys feel? I would love to see your thoughts in the comments. Please let me know what you guys might want me to touch upon for the second episode of Yay or Nay. This is going to be a continuing series next to, obviously, improving your form and all that sort of stuff. I hope you guys really enjoyed this. Please leave a comment please leave a comment about your thoughts. I love meeting new people and exchanging that sort of information. As always, guys, my name is Dr. Mongoose. Please watch 2 of my videos and call me in the morning. You have a nice day.